Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of my Cosmic Compassion podcast. Today, I want to talk about how I transitioned from the law of attraction to Christianity. So, for those of that they don't know it, I'm originally from Greece, and in Greece, we are raised to be Christians. So, I don't even remember when I got baptized. So it was something that I didn't choose. I grew up in a family that they're very Christian. But unfortunately, I saw like the bad side of church, more particularly my dad and my granddad, he was a priest. And my dad, even though he was like very into going to church every Sunday, all that, he wasn't a great person. Three kids and my mom. So that kind of like pushed me away from my faith and Christianity in general. Also, the fact that I moved to London. So in Greece, our religion is very connected to tradition. So when I moved to London for studies, I didn't have that. I didn't have this connection. Um, and I found myself, completely disconnected from religion or faith. It's like when you're young and you thought that, Christianity is for older people. They go to church and you have to do this and you have to do that. I didn't understand what it means to have a relationship with Jesus. I didn't understand what it meant to, when we say that, Jesus is the way, it's love, everything. Back when I was in London, I felt the need to believe in something because, I found myself without family, without my culture, without my everything that I grew up with. So then I got introduced to law of attraction. I didn't read the the book about love attraction. I'm not a reader. I'm more of like a viewer or a listener. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos about love attraction. I started following like specific coaches, and I'm very big on like visualizing and daydreaming. And I remember my sister and I would sit on the balcony and daydream about us moving to the US. And so it kind of like resonated with me. I thought that I manifested it. Um, but I'm big on visual stuff. I love daydreaming because I feel in the moment that I'm there, daydreaming does motivate you, right? So yeah, so I started like doing my whole like spiritual journey through law of attraction, started meeting people, then they also believed in law of attraction. And when COVID happened, and by the way, like when you're into law of attraction, you say the universe, but you can also call it love. I really like the idea of God. Even though I was not religion, I still like the idea of calling whatever that was I believed in God. So there's a lot of things that put like me up about law of attraction. I didn't like the fact that every time they will give examples, then it's always about if you want to manifest this money, if you want to manifest this car. And I'm not a very money motivated person, so it would turn me off. Then another thing that pushed me away or is making me doubting, it's the idea of we are God. We are part of it, like having a father. You're part of your father, but you're not the father. So I didn't like the idea that we are gods. I think it's very selfish. And on top of that, it's very scary. Another thing that kind of like pushed me away, they will say a lot of things like, yeah, and don't worry about external things and the situation, everything can change. Or if you are into a guy that is with a girl or married or engaged or just girlfriend, that you can totally manifest him regardless the current situation. You can always change it. And I'm like, that doesn't sit well with me. I didn't like the fact that, oh, it's okay. You can totally manifest and regardless if it's in a relation, like why would you destroy somebody else's relationship because you want to have them? And I feel that the law of attraction is selfish. It's like it's about the self. It's not about the community. It's what I want and how can I get it. Actually, not even how to get it, because they teach you that you don't need to work hard. You can get a job or you can become something without putting the work, just by visualizing and manifesting. What kind of message is that? How are you going to become better if you not struggle, if you not work hard to get somewhere? It just didn't make sense to me, especially, yes, I was daydreaming about coming to the US, but I did put the work. I struggled and I had to find a way to do everything legally and then put all the work that I put into. And another thing is like, it just doesn't make sense. A lot of people are visualizing to get the lottery, but what are the chances only one person is going to get it? So mathematically, it doesn't make any sense. So I had my doubts, but I felt that this was my community. So in the beginning, it was like, okay, I do have my doubts, but this is all I know right now. And I didn't like the idea of not having something higher to believe in. But it was when COVID happened and got into depression, and visualization would not work for me. And also, why do we call it a law of attraction? For something to be a law, it has to be proven that it happens 100% under the right conditions. Anyways, we shouldn't even call it law. But yeah, so nothing was working. And even though I wasn't a Christian for a long time, I prayed for a change and it got delivered to me. Not too long after that, it was a funny situation how I ended up from LA moving to Miami. And even though it didn't work out for me eventually, it was what I needed at that time, exactly what I needed. And I couldn't even ask for what I needed. I just asked for help and I got it. At that time, I don't even believe, like, I have been so away from Christianity and I don't even like deserve to get it. But God is so good that He will love you regardless and He'll deliver regardless as soon as you start believing. And there's so many situations that I asked for help because I didn't have the answers and I asked. So after I got this opportunity, I started believing and I started researching. And it's crazy because at that time, a lot of people that I watch on podcasts or YouTube, they started believing or started expressing um, the fact that they're Christian. They started talking more about God and about Jesus. And it just all made sense. And then I started being curious and started doing more research. So my transition was very organically. Nobody pushed me. Nobody tried to change my ideas. It was my curiosity. The more I started reading, actually not reading, watching, the more excited I will start becoming, learning about Jesus and God. I did buy the Bible. Again, I'm not a reader, but I put YouTube videos that they talk about different verses and there's different prayers. And that's what works for me. So again, after everything that has happened with Charlie Kirk, I'm very happy because I see that so many people start opening their eyes and becoming curious and turning themselves into Christianity and learning about God. That's why I'm making this video. I just wanna share my story. And if other people are into law of attraction, I will say that, yeah, just do your research before you start paying your coaches. And I would say start being curious about Christianity and God. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys get motivated to getting closer to God and creating a relationship with Him. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys at the next.